Good afternoon. Today we're going to talk about conscientious objectors. Christians cannot be conscientious objectors. First, let me define the term conscientious objector. A conscientious objector is one who, for reasons of conscience, objects to complying with any particular requirement, especially serving in the armed forces, and this definition is taken from a Google search of the word. It does not only apply to war or serving in the armed forces, though that is where we are most familiar with its use. It means to object to and not comply with any particular requirement. When our kids were younger, they would invariably get into arguments. We would call out and tell them to stop or ask what was going on before we could get to the room to settle the issue. There were usually 3 of them in the room, and one of them would call out to us saying, "I'm not a part of it," so they wouldn't get in trouble. Makes sense. For a family, this is one of the fondest memories growing up, and it brings a smile to us when we remember and tell the story. But when we as believers say, "I'm not a part of it," the results are disastrous. "I'm not a part of it" is the safe place we have retreated to. We have become conscientious objectors to the command, "Go." We have escaped from the world and our responsibility as believers using the excuse that we're not of the world. We have adopted philosophies like, there's a separation of church and state, so I shouldn't or can't get involved. Another excuse is being involved in politics, well, it just isn't my thing. Another excuse, politics is evil. I'll just get defiled if I'm a part of it. Or, it's all in God's hands. Don't worry about it, it'll work out. Or, God is in control. He's got some master plan, and it doesn't matter what we do or don't do. He's in control. Things that go on in the world aren't a part of the kingdom of heaven. Another philosophy says it's getting really bad, so Jesus must be coming back soon. That's one of my personal favorites, which is nothing more than escaping reality and being a conscientious objector, not complying with this responsibility of being engaged and involved. It isn't getting bad because evil has progressed. It's getting bad because believers have left a vacuum to fill by saying, "I'm not a part of it." We, the ones who possess character and honesty and integrity, have retreated from every facet of society like education, politics, science, medicine, and left it to those who say in their hearts, there is no God. Furthermore, we let them shape society. We let them shape thought and philosophies. We let them manage crises like the pandemic, local, national, and global affairs. How do we expect things to go if these are the people making all the decisions, running all the corporations and branches of government? When Jesus rose from the dead, he said that all authority has been given to me in heaven and on earth. Therefore, go. Man was given back dominion over the earth. If it sucks living here, it's because we aren't a part of it. We have conscientiously objected to being a part of the world we're responsible for. The church is one of the governing authorities on the earth, and we have abdicated our place and then complain about the outcome. Let us look at some people who were conscientious objectors or simply believers that impacted the world around them during some very difficult times in human history because they chose to be a part of what was going on in the world around them. Sergeant York was initially a conscientious objector during World War I. He discussed the matter with his pastor and wrestled with his conscience. He elected to go to war and fight. Though he did kill some men, the number of Germans that surrendered to him during the fighting was staggering. He became one of the most decorated soldiers of World War I, including the Medal of Honor, because he got involved. Desmond Doss was a conscientious objector during World War II. He did not want to carry a gun or shoot anyone, but he still wanted to contribute. He became a medic and as a conscientious objector won the Medal of Honor for his actions because he got involved. Watchman Nee was a Christian leader in China during the Cultural Revolution, where millions were slaughtered. He was persecuted for his faith as a godless political power took over China. He opposed the propaganda campaigns of the Chinese government. He was imprisoned as a believer and died for standing up to a godless governing authority because he got involved. Dietrich Bonhoeffer was a pastor in Germany during World War II. He vocally opposed the Nazi government and was eventually martyred for his opposition because he got involved. Edith Stein was a Catholic nun in the Netherlands during World War II, who opposed the Nazis by making a public statement about their racism against the Jews. That statement was read in many churches in Germany. She was arrested and put to death for her statement because she got involved. Rees Howells was an intercessor in Scotland during World War II. His prayer assignment at the beginning of the war was Dunkirk, where the British Army was about to be slaughtered by the Nazis. It would have destroyed any hope England had to stand against the Nazis during World War II if their army was annihilated at Dunkirk. Rees Howells' prayers saved the British Army and the nation because he got involved. And what can be said of the hundreds of thousands of believers in China, in Russia, in Africa, in the Middle East, and around the world that have been arrested, imprisoned, tortured, or put to death for their beliefs, their sermons, their faith, and their actions against governments that would not tolerate Christianity or who choose to reign in an oppressive, tyrannical manner? Being a conscientious objector is irresponsible if we choose to sit on the sidelines. Remember, Desmond Doss was a conscientious objector, but he got involved. If we say nothing and do nothing and fail to comply with the command, go, and leave things in the hands of those who say, there is no God. Get involved. Wake up. Stand up. Speak up. Go.